Welcome back, Hero Clix world. Welcome to another episode of Our Clicks Are Sealed. I'm Dennis,
I'm Stuart.
and let's get going.
Okay, it's been a while since we did our commons and uncommons. We've had some big life moments, so we're getting back into it now, though, right?
Yes, I'm in a brand new place, and my back's throwing out a bit, and I think that's mostly due to carrying that new Galactus figure, though.
You don't have a new Galactus figure.
No, I just carried for you because it's massive.
Okay, so starting with the rares, we're going straight into Green Goblin. And
Yeah,
Green
you go ahead,
Goblin
start it out.
is probably one of the best rares, right?
I would agree, yeah, right off the bat.
So the big thing about Green Goblin is he comes with the pumpkin bombs, which give him energy explosion and allow him to blow up blocking terrain, even if he doesn't have 3 damage. The second of which, you're never going to really use that ability because he mostly has 3 damage. And the first
Yeah.
of which you're going to use all the time because he's a special attack power that gives him precision strike and allows him to use that precision strike when he's using energy explosion, even with his 3 targets. So he's able to target 3 characters, energy explode, precision strike on all of those hit characters.
Yeah, he's great. He flies. He has a huge swing. For 75 points, you like to see Indom on your figures, but this one actually gives you the option if you want to push. He pushes onto a perplex.
Yeah, never bad.
No. I would give this guy, honestly, a 4 out of 5. If you pull him, like, you should put him on your team and start building around him a bit.
Yeah, he's really strong. He has pretty good defense values. He's a little squishy, but for as a member of the Sinister Six, he can like boost people's attack up to 12 or 13 almost always, and he's just
Yeah,
really solid.
yeah. He's always going to be useful.
Okay, Mysterio.
Okay, Mysterio, he's a 50-pointer. He generates the illusions because he comes with that illusion generator. To generate them, I think you have to succeed on his shape change, which the object gives him. And his little objects that he spits out, they're pretty cool. They have like autonomous in cap and shape change, so that's great. Other than that, you're going to be hiding him in some kind of bush with his smoke cloud. And then once you put him in a smoke cloud, he could use his mind control or in cap as free. So that's great. And on top of that, he has outwit.
So let's go
So
over that smoke cloud power again, because he can use the smoke cloud and then use
yes,
in-cap or mind control as free, but he also can target characters occupying his smoke markers.
regardless of adjacency.
Yeah, so he can kind of like snake a smoke cloud out, hit someone, and then mind control them, even if normally he wouldn't be able to attack them, right?
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. It's a very, I don't know, he's like one of the best uh, featured Mysterios in Click's form. Like, this is how he is in the comics. It's really great. And let's not forget that when he's beside other Sinister Syndicate, he's handing that shape change out to them. So he's helping his friends by giving them a defensive power.
Yeah, he's really solid for 50 points. He's not actually impacting your opponent's figures very much, but with outwit, the ability to just like be basically unhittable, and then being able to kind of mind control and get some extra attacks off, he can do a lot.
Yeah, he's on 11 attack. He's sharing that 11 attack and giving out shape change. He's a very good piece.
Yeah, so I would
What would
give
you?
him a 4.
I would, honestly, because he's such a great team player at such an efficient cost.
Next, we get Ghost Spider, who also has a piece of equipment. She has the Dimensional Travel Watch, which gives her phasing and allows her to kind of summon Spider-Man family characters across the map whenever she hits with an attack, or like she hits with attack and rolls a certain number, then she can summon them. It's very complicated for something that's not super important. I don't know. Ghost Spider is so hard because she's 85 points, and while she has a ton of great mobility, she's actually not a great attacker. I think she has prob and perplex down her dial, and that is the only thing that kind of puts her a little bit higher up for me.
Yeah, it is. You look at the dial and you're just going, wow, that's great. And then you kind of read how it goes, and it doesn't really complement itself very well.
Just I don't want her to have telekinesis for 3 clicks when she's my main attacker.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to bring up is you like to have someone small figure have TK to launch your main attacker. Well, here's a main attacker point value person with stats, but she has the TK. And she
That being
doesn't
said,
even
though,
need it to get away. Do you know what I mean? TKers could use TK to free breakaway. She's coming with a object, gives her phasing, and moves 5.
yeah, but she's so mobile, and when she can move 5 spaces, shoot 5 through characters, it gives her a lot of options.
Oh yeah, it's one of these like she's a in my head an incredibly strong 3. Maybe you can make the argument for a 4, but in the end, you're not. It's a great attacker, but it's just one of those. Man, this dial could have complemented itself so much better.
Yeah, if it was 10 points, 20 points less, it would be a really strong dial.
Yeah. So what you giving it?
I'm going to give it a 3, and I think that there's a good chance you actually play it on the sideline with a Gwen Stacy.
True, actually, because she was when characters like this come in from the secret identity, they come with their objects too, right?
Of course.
So okay, so she's coming in at an 11 speed, 11 attack, 18 super senses prop. Yeah, this actually might be an amazing. Just put it on the side.
Yeah, and then you're getting Gwen Stacy's dial plus 3 clicks of this dial for 50 points.
Yeah, and now you have a bunch of more points to put on a different primary attacker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay.
3.
Yeah, 3 on the sideline, even a nice strong 3 as well.
Okay, Marvella, tell me about her.
Marvella, 15 points for barrier. That's basically what I could say about her. She does barrier, she gives him power, and if she has no action tokens, she's a carrier. Other than that, that's about it. 15 points of that. It's not the worst. She might be better used as getting called in when
Yeah,
Mary
I
Jane
don't think
gets
she's the
knocked
best
out.
call-in option for Mary Jane, though. I think she, Venom, and Iron Man are better.
Ah, so what would line it up that you would put this person as a sideline?
If I didn't pull the other two,
Oh, okay, there you go.
or if I'm playing them, right? I'm never playing She Venom over putting her on the sideline, though.
No. So, a 3, another 3, just 15-point barrier that will fit in with
Yeah,
most of this set because of Spider-Man family.
it's good. It's really barrier is really good in sealed, and not paying basically anything is always good too, right?
Yeah, and that's what really is going to make her worth your 15 points. She's going to put in a lot of work, and then someone's going to kill her, and oh well, they only have 15 points.
So Iron Patriot's next, and we won't go into too much talk about him because in a set full of plasticity, hypersonic speed is not very good.
No, and I ran this guy twice.
He does have this cool perplex that lets him target every character that shares a keyword with him within his range or whatever, 6 squares in line of fire.
Yeah.
But he doesn't share keywords with anyone in this set.
No, just
Scientist
leave.
is the
Yeah.
best, but like what he ends up being is this really, really expensive, bad primary attacker.
Yeah, the top click looks so sexy, and then one hit, he's not sexy anymore. And that's all I really have to say. Honestly, I'd give him a 2.
Yep, he's a 2.
He's a
Hobgoblin.
Go ahead, start us off on that one.
Okay, so Hobgoblin is another one of the Goblin characters. So he's a running shotter for 2 clicks with 6 range, and this guy has perplex top dial, which is awesome. He's at 75 points, which is definitely a little iffy, especially starting with a 17 toughness, no willpower. He does have
Mm-hmm.
one trait that makes him a little bit better, and it's whenever an opposing character hits one of your characters, you can give them a sin token. You can only do it once per turn, and characters with the sin tokens can't use shape change, and Hobgoblin can make free attacks against them.
That's pretty good, but I would also argue that it requires some of your friends to get hit.
Yeah, that's going to happen in every game, though.
It is. Um, I'm gonna say this part so we can line up for the rest of things. 75 points in my head is kind of the new 100 points. It's 75 points is a main attacker these days, so you want those main attacker abilities and stat numbers. So when you see a 75-point guy have only 17 defense and no willpower, it does knock him down a bit in my head. And I actually fought this guy and I saw that opening 17 and I decided I could kill this guy in one round, like literally 2 actions. and I am now 75 points up on my opponent. And it's because I took him out so easily. I think I'm going to leave him at a 3.
Oh yeah, I think at 3, he's a really solid 3. I think he's better than you give him credit for because of his perplexed top dial. That 17 is
Yeah,
actually an
well,
18.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but I did chew through him pretty easily.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of figures in the set that are actually quite vulnerable compared to like the symbiotes and stuff like that. Green Goblin's only slightly harder to hit off of his top dial with 18 toughness, when Hobgoblin can basically have an 18 toughness when he has his perplex, right?
Yeah, I would sooner. Let's go on to the next guy. We said 3 for Hobgoblin.
Yeah, he's a solid 3 though.
Yeah. Hobgoblin or Jack-o'-lantern. Sorry. Beautiful sculpt. I don't know if any of you guys saw this. Holy crap! For a rare, this guy is so sexy. I'm gonna give him a
so
point
nice.
just for that, man. Okay, so we have Jack-o'-lantern here. He's a 60-point guy who basically flies around and shoots with a 17 defense toughness, so 15 points less. He does come with the bumpkin bombs trait. You're not using them on him, so don't bother. He does get a free smoke cloud for only 3 markers, and when an opposing character, when an opposing character occupying one of his smoke clouds makes an attack, characters they would target can use shape change. I think you said this before when we were talking that it's kind of hard to line up those smoke clouds to keep your opponents in them.
Yeah, very few figures in this set have no move and attack or mobility options.
Yep, that's true. So you'd have to play almost like a step ahead of where I'm going to place these smoke cloud markers.
Yeah, or you just put them under your guys and just be happy that you get +1 defense from range, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's the same amount of clicks as the last guy. In late Dally, he has Pulse Wave, but he's a cheaper investment, so not as strong as a 3, but I don't know, still a 3 compared to the other 3 Hobgoblin.
Yeah, I think they both offer different things. Hobgoblin has a clearly stronger dial, and Jack-o'-lantern having free smoke cloud is like pretty impressive. So they're both great.
Yeah. The last Jack-o'-lantern was 60 points too, hey, way back when?
Yeah, was he? I think it was 70.
No, I think he was 60. I think he was one of the cheaper Thunderbolts from the Civil War.
Yeah, he did have an 11 attack from Sinister Syndicate, so he was like really special at that time.
Yeah. Oh, are we gonna move on to one of the big hitters of this set?
Yeah. So Spot, we're just gonna say this: it's a 5 out of 5. You play Spot if you pull him. He's 50 points for 5 clicks. Each of those clicks is an 18 defense with super senses. 2 or 3 of them have shape change as well, and 3 of them have stealth. So he's just impossible to attack without really working at it. He has free phasing teleport to move half his speed. He has flurry, and when he makes any close attack, even if he doesn't have flurry, he can attack characters through walls, through anything up to 4 squares away. He doesn't need adjacency, and he doesn't need line of sight.
Ugh.
And if you miss him, he does 1 damage to the person who. Oh, it's only if it's a close attack. But if they miss him with a close attack, they take a damage afterwards.
Well, but that's the thing. You're making a close attack because this guy starts with 10 stealth. So you pop him in a bush. Their only option is to close attack. Now they got to go through an 18 super senses.
I think most people are going to have toughness, so it's not going to be like the end of the world.
Still, you have to come up to that guy to bop him, and you can't even outwit his super senses because he's in a bush with stealth, and he's going to outwit you first anyway.
I don't think that I just think that one part of his trait where he deals damage when people miss him, I don't think that's super impactful.
Oh, I would still hate it. I'd still hate it. Because this guy's a 5 out of 5. He's so mobile. He's so offensively capable. And even if you're not doing that, he has an outwit.
Yeah. He just needs a perplex to his damage or to his attack to make sure those attacks hit, and they hit for like a significant amount.
Yeah, but is it going to be hard to get perplex in this set?
Absolutely not.
So that's what makes this guy a 5 out of 5. You know you're going to get a perplex somewhere down the line, and you just made this guy amazing.
Okay, next is White Rabbit, and even though it's Dennis's turn, I think I might step in here because
why? What's going on? Huh? Do I have too much anger towards this? Yeah, you go ahead. I'm just gonna fumigate over here.
Dennis hates White Rabbit because I was able to get an incredible critical hit on his Venom Doctor Strange that killed it in a single hit by knocking it off uh, elevation. It was an amazing turn in a
It was
game
awful.
that is completely decided by that turn.
Turn.
That being said, White Rabbit is not good. She has 2 clicks of running shot with penetrating psychic blast, which is fine. Only willpower for defense is not great. She has a great perplex special ability that allows her to use perplex, and when she uses it, the character she uses it on cannot have perplex on them except for that one perplex for the rest of the turn. So basically, you can use it to protect your own guys from perplex, or stop your opponent from perplexing one of their characters, or you can use it to take away negative perplexes that have been put on your own characters. But it's only 2 clicks, and if she's going to be doing this stuff, you actually can't use multiple perplexes from your own team. So it's this like really confusingly worded thing that doesn't actually do very much. She's 6 clicks for 60 points, and those first 2 clicks are kind of okay. The rest is trash. She just can't do anything after she takes damage. And yes, she generates bystanders when she hits with attacks, but the bystanders are the worst in the set. They aren't autonomous. They have low attacks. They're just pointless. White Rabbit sucks. Don't play her.
Yeah, she's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, she's a
Anyone who
2.
could
She's
take
not a
out
1
Doctor
though.
Strange in one shot, 5 out of 5.
A
No, we'll put her on the
60-point
other end
character
of that
with
spectrum, okay?
4 bad clicks.
1 out of 5.
She's a 2. She does have
Okay.
perplex and 2 okay clicks.
Hate her. Hate her so much.
If you want to go to a 1 out of 5, I'll let you have Iron Spider.
Yeah, let's say that. 75 points, so main attacker point value. Nothing on his dial screams main attacker abilities. Just nothing. And he's 5 clicks. It's the worst. One out with this guy's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 1. I have nothing more to say about this guy.
There's just no reason to play him.
No, you're not giving him the arms. He's gonna get in an attack with a 10 attack. Ooh. And then they're gonna outwit his invincible and he's done.
Yep, 1 out of 5. Don't play him. Just don't. There's no way you should ever be playing this character on your team.
If someone's playing this guy with the Waldo arms, you know the troll of the group.
For like 10 points more, you can play Superior Spider-Man, the character that comes with the arms.
Yeah.
Iron Spider, even as a like secret identity, he's worse than Prowler.
I have nothing more to say to him. This guy is just hot garbage.
Yeah.
Nah, hot's giving it too much. 1 out of 5.
Carrion is slightly better, but still not great. So Carrion's big trick is he has poison and it's penetrating, but only if he first uses a regular poison and deals damage with it. So if you're beside someone with like invulnerable, he does nothing to them. But if you're beside someone with invulnerable and someone with super senses, then he does 1 damage to the invulnerable character and 2 to the super senses character. So really what this says is this does 2 damage this does poison twice to characters who don't have reducers, because you're just never putting him beside someone with a reducer. His dial isn't terrible, but it's just
it's the execution of him though. His other trait is kind of like the Micron and Atoms, right? When someone moves, you just place him beside him. You put this guy beside me, I'm just gonna outwit your defense powers and kill you.
It's not even as good as the Adams trait because it's only works for opposing characters, not for friendly characters.
Oh, okay, even worse there. So yeah,
If
2
this
out of
guy
5.
could be carried in by any figure, then great, I'm playing him. But no, he's bad.
2 out of 5.
Okay, Agent Anti-Venom. Tell me about him.
This guy's kind of cool actually. I like him. 75 points, the new 100, and he gets those main attackers the values: 11 charge, 11 precision strike, 18 combat reflexes, and a 3 special damage, which is outwit. And when you use outwit after resolutions, you could use outwit again, but only to target a character with the Spider-Man family or monster keyword. That's a lot of people in this set with symbiotes and Spider-Man family. So you're using outwit twice. And here's the thing, if you are getting attacked first, which always sucks, if they aim at someone else, you could actually activate this guy's free support trait to heal that person back up, then charge in. Did I mention this person's a symbiote, so they get the plasticity shape change? I like them. It's not amazing, but we've already seen a few other 75-point figures with 5 clicks of life, and they're nowhere this potent.
No, it's a worrisome character to play. You're just worried someone's going to attack you for 5 from range and just knock him out. But free support, double outwit, and a pretty strong attack makes him like pretty great. He gives you a lot of options in the ways to use him.
It does. He's very like utility. He's just, what do you want to do? Do you want to be a free supporter, a double outwitter, a main attacker? I like it actually. 75 points. Like I wish there was one more click, but I can make these 5 work.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'd give him a solid 3.
Yeah. I wouldn't cry putting this guy on.
Next, I have Scream. I might cry putting Scream on. So Scream's big thing is that she's 40 points, and she has 2 clicks where she has Giant Reach 3 and Blades, Claws, Fangs, and a wonderful sidestep to go with that.
Oh, that's the worst. Why sidestep?
Why is she a symbiote who wants to tie people up and also has Giant Reach 3? I know like there's situations where you tie someone up and then you're still attacking someone that's 3 spaces away from you, but it's not great.
No, if you put charge.
She's not bad though. I think I could see myself playing her, but not often.
Like the thing that gets it, it's 40 points. 5 clicks for 40 points is what saves it. And it is that very annoying combo of super senses shape change off the bat.
Yeah,
but here's the thing.
Almost always do something.
She gets that giant reach. So say you do the sidestep, you do the giant reach, but then someone manages to pop you for 2 or 3. Now you're stuck on a flurry, which means you should have got in there in the first place.
Yeah.
It's a sad 40 points. It's honestly, I'm giving it a 2.
I agree, but I just want to say the sculpt is amazing.
Yeah, actually, the sculpt's pretty sick. They did really good with a lot of these sculpts. Like some rares look like super rares.
Yeah. And that's apparently what they're working towards in the next set, right? In the future sets, they're like increasing the quality of the sculpts.
From what I've seen from the X-Men ones, well, first of all, I'm very biased X-Men, but I thought they looked great. I'm very sure that Chamber is the same base sculpt, and they just kind of, added a few things here and there.
It's the exact same sculpt with different painting. That drove me crazy.
Oh yeah, the Gambit looks sexy though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I could go for a new Gambit.
Yeah. Are we gonna do the Scream Prime?
Yeah, tell me about her.
Well, first of all, worst Prime of the set.
Yeah, she's not great.
But you know what? She's a much better 50-point close attacker than her non-prime. She'll charge 9. She has special attack straight down the dial, which is Blade's Claws Fangs, Precision Strike, Giant 3, Reach 3. So now you get it throughout the whole dial instead of getting it knocked off. And then she has a special damage later on, which is support as free, but only to target the monster keyword, which I don't know if you're actually even going to get there. Like, it's weird that it's later dial. You know what? It's the a symbiote that runs and charges and attacks with blades, and it's a pretty good one for 50. I'll give it a 3. If you pull this, why not play it for 50 points?
Yep, it's a good 50-point figure. It's also just begs the question, how is this a prime?
Oh, it's such a useless prime. Like, there's nothing game-changing, which primes should kind of do. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but I'd give it a 3 too.
Sadly, I think this whole set, like, the primes are kind of weird. They have, like, all this maximum carnage keyword, and you're like, now I can't play all together. They should have silver ringed these guys, like that X-Men set.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Or the Avengers Infinity set too, right?
Yeah, they should have done that. Then the primes would have been really fun to actually get.
Okay, so we're going to Shriek now. So one thing we didn't mention about Scream or Scream Prime, or not Scream, Scream Prime is that she has the maximum carnage trait, which allows them to like do an extra damage to 2 characters adjacent to the original hit target. Shriek also has this, but also has 6 range, which makes it so much better. It's like energy explosion that deals with penetrating damage.
Yeah, that trait is gorgeous.
So Shriek also has a special penetrating psychic blast that ignores super senses and stops characters from using it for the whole turn after she targets them with it. She doesn't even have to hit. And then if she has no tokens, she has Pulse Wave. Now, how many points do you think that should be worth?
How many clicks is she?
5.
So you have a trait that makes you do penetrating energy explosion. You have a special attack that turns off your super senses regardless of being hit or not. And it's penetrating blast. And then what was this about? Pulse wave? Oh, she has no action token. She has pulse wave. That's a
Yeah.
70. So that's a 75-point character. That's a main attacker.
I mean, yeah, compared to what's his name, Iron Spider, she's like 20 points better, and she's
Yep,
30 points less.
that's insane. 45 points for all that potency. Who else has pulse wave in this set?
Not very many people. I'm not sure anyone.
Oh, Jack O' Lantern has it late dial,
Oh
but
yeah,
that's a 9 attack.
uh, that's it, I think.
No, so that's what instantly puts her head and shoulders above a lot of this set is she has an 11 attack pulse wave.
And she doesn't need to work for that pulse wave. It's just top dial. It's on every click, honestly.
Yeah, because if you have no action tokens, it's great. And sidestep and pulse wave goes a long way.
For 45 points, especially.
Yeah, I'm willing. I've used her on you, and she was the main event for 45 points.
Yeah, she might be a
Honestly,
5.
I'm going to give it a 5. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not pull this and say, you know what? No, I don't want Pulse Wave. You
Yeah,
know what? I
it's
don't want Pulse Wave for 45 points. You don't even have to build around this.
you
It's
don't even
just
need
you
to
have it.
protect.
It's great. And now I
She has an
have more
11
than
attack.
half. It's a great piece.
Stupid. She's stupid, but she's great player.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. They don't make bad shrieks.
Nope. Then we have Scorn next, which is a robot symbiote, I think. I don't know much about
Yeah,
Scorn,
it is.
honestly.
It's the robot one.
So Scorn's biggest thing is she has a trait that lets you roll a d6 and on a 4 to 6 remove an action token from a friendly robot character, including herself, which means that she basically has 1 to like 50-50 leadership on herself every single turn.
Which is great.
She has a double outwit as long as one of the powers she target or like removes is a defense power, which is like 90% of the time. Why wouldn't you do that? She
Yeah,
has
exactly.
running shot, high values. She's good.
She's good. And like again, symbiote, so plasticity shape change, which is great when you're a running shotter that you'll actually have a chance to get away. And she comes with an 18 energy shield, so you're gonna want to keep her. It's the 85 points with no reducers up front that terrifies me a bit.
It's not great.
No, and that's where it's like I think this is where it's going to keep her at a 3 for me is one good pop. She's a vastly different character. She loses that outwit.
I think the big thing though is that most of the time you're never clearing with her.
No, it's fair. You could talk me up. It's a potent thing. It's just when I
It's a
see,
3 for me.
yeah, that's great. It's a good piece. You know what? It's a
Yeah,
strong 3.
it
18
just
energy
requires
shield
some
is
work,
awesome.
right?
What's that?
It just requires work. It's not something you can just put on your team and just like succeed. If you're not careful with her, she will be killed. No questions asked. So you just
Yeah.
got to be careful.
So it's if you're a really smart Hero Clicks player, probably a 4. But if you're a run of the mill one like me, 3.
I think that's. I don't think that's a fair assessment of your HeroClix playing skills, but I don't know.
I'm very good at self-deprecation humor. Being socially unbearable is part of my charm. Okay, Spider Carnage.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about this guy?
Oh, I think he's great. 40
He's great.
points. He has. So there's a super rare prime that we're gonna get to in the future, and someone told me that how great he was because he had precision strike and battle fury, or no, he didn't have battle fury, but he had precision strike.
Oh,
Spider Carnage has both precision strike, battle fury, and the ability to make 3 close attacks
yeah,
for 40 points. He doesn't have a great like movement because he only has sidestep, but I don't know. You just move them all the way up turn 1, and your opponent has to deal with them, or else they will take between like 6 to 9 damage in a single turn.
yeah. Honestly, he's like that grenade you throw in there. You don't care. Just carry him up there, put him there, and now watch your opponent sweat on this live grenade in front of their face.
Yeah, I think he's really solid. I think he's a solid 3.
Yeah, solid 3. Like, there's a lot of potent 40-point player pieces on here, but this one really helps. Precision Strike and Battle Fury. That is removing so much of the defense of this set.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And
yeah,
then
if you
Maximum
pull this
Carnage.
guy, just find a good carry afterwards. If you find Spider Carnage, you look for your biggest taxi you could find.
He has Battle Fury.
Oh shit, that's right. Oh, he has to leap climb in there. Oh, well, it's a leap climb 10.
Yeah.
You know
And
what? Now that you
Sidestep.
say that, yeah, there's a guy you just push. Just push, 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 push.
Yeah, he heals when he kills characters, and he might kill a character unless they really go after him.
Yeah. Yep, he's still great.
Okay,
Strong.
that's the end of the rares. So, quick, what was your favorite rare?
Shriek.
I think that's fair. I think my favorite is Spot.
We both have a purpose. Spot will find more play, I'm pretty sure, in constructed somewhere along the line.
Maybe. I could see Shriek having her day.
They're both great. Spot and Shriek. I got to play both. I do know you took out my Spot easier because I played him awfully, and then I kind of learned my lesson and played better. And Shriek just shined.
Okay, time to go to the super rares. The first super rare, do you want to take him or do you want me to?
Who's the next one? No, I'll take this one so you could take the next one.
Okay.
So Absolute Carnage, he comes in 3 different point values, 200, 125, and 60. And one thing I really, really like about these different point values is he could be a very different character depending on who you put it, with point value you put him on. He comes with the Carnage symbiote. I think that's the one that gives him shape change. And what else? There's something special about that.
Lets him heal when he KOs characters.
Is that it? That's the one add-on they put there? Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, it's plasticity shape change. When he KOs a character, heal on 1 click.
Yeah.
I
So this
think
guy
it's
also has a
perfect.
trait, Flurry, Giant Reach 3. Just has it. Great. And when you KO an opposing character 25 points or more, you may generate a Carnage minion in that character's square. That's awesome. He has the maximum Carnage trait that we went over, that kind of penetrating energy explosion. It works on range and up close. So he has a special damage that you're only getting off the top 2 point values. It's a Battle Fury leadership probability control, because this is at a time in the comics he kind of was the leader of a symbiote invasion. Other characters with the maximum carnage keyword also modify their attack +1. That's it. So if you have other maximum carnage guys to go with this, it's a +1 attack. At the top dials, he's a charger, precision strike, invincible, or invuln, depending, with that special damage. If you play him at 60, you're kind of losing a lot. He's just a charging blades, toughness perplexer. So that's that. My sweet spot for this guy would probably be the 125. What is your opinion?
I agree. 125 is really solid. You get prob. But I think, if you have a really good team and you play him at 60, he's still doing a ton.
Well, because he still does get that flurry giant reach 3 and killing people to heal and spit out dudes, which is amazing for 60 points. And they give him perplex.
I will say, I know someone who played this character in a tournament that we've actually both played in, and he lost a game because he generated too many Carnage minions, and they died and scored like 100 points.
No way.
So
Okay, but
it
so
is a
he
risk.
lost because of what they spat out, but you get a choice though, right?
Yeah, you can choose.
So there you go. Just choose more wisely, I suppose.
I'm just that's what I'm saying. It's like be careful when generating them. Don't give away
um,
points.
yeah. What would you give him though on a point value?
I would have to go with I think a 5 actually.
Oh, you think it's an instant play as soon as you
I
pull him,
think
eh?
so. I think you're playing him at 60, you're playing him at 125 every single time you pull him.
That's fair. The leadership and probability control is pretty good. I would probably be a little just once, maybe 4 out of 5, but
Fair.
it's not worth splitting hairs. He's gonna be fun. He's
I
a
could go
super
down to
rare.
4.
What's
Just look
that?
at the next one, he's better.
Exactly. You want to talk about the next one?
So Null. Null is
Yeah.
amazing. I pulled him. I crushed with him.
Oh, I hate this guy so much.
So let's talk about All Black the Necrosword, the equipment that Null comes with. It gives him Giant Reach 2, and it stops opposing characters from using Shape Change or Super Senses when he attacks, and they can't reduce the damage below 1. So it's kind of like super precision strike.
It's just dumb. It turns off half this set's defensive capabilities just for being there, just having it.
So then Null, on top of that, has kind of the symbiote trait, but it's like +1 to everything. So it's breakaway +3. My other characters have breakaway -3. Shape change succeeds on a 4 to 6. When he KOs a character, he heals 2 clicks instead of 1.
And it's just any character. They don't need to have that codex keyword.
No, so he's healing almost every time he's killing. Then on top of that, he has traded stealth, traded smoke cloud, free smoke cloud, but it generates obscuring terrain, and then he can free place himself within any obscuring terrain within 4 squares. So it's kind of like a lot of people's traits, except number 1, he doesn't need to occupy obscuring terrain to do it. Number 2, he doesn't need to see the square he's teleporting to.
It's so he's getting anywhere he wants to go from that free movement, basically. It's literally like free movement, but you have to go put on tokens on the map first.
Yeah, it's just slow movement. And he comes in at 125 or 250, but basically, I mean, I think you always play him at 125, but if you play him at 250, I think most of the time you just win the game.
I think you win the game when you pull this guy.
We won't talk about him too much more, other than he's a 5 out of 5. You really need to just beat him down as fast as you can with as many close attackers as you can, and as many people with Battle Fury as you can.
I fought you with them. You were 125. I think I got you to the second last click or third last.
I think it was the third last.
Yeah, I was doing okay, and then you killed someone with him, and then I kind of got reminded that he heals when he kills, and I checked out.
The big thing is you had to spend all of your time focusing on this 125 point character, and I had 175 points bearing down on you.
Yeah, and I still didn't kill him. That's what the big takeaway there is. The shape change is insane. The impervious he has outwit. Yeah, 5 out of 5. Enjoy winning.
Oh, he has power cosmic too, so you can't outwit him. Sorry.
Oh God, never. Enjoy winning.
Yeah, we won't talk about him. He's a power figure from this set. There's nothing stronger than him in sealed.
Yeah, 5 out of 5.
Okay, tell me about Doppelganger.
Oh, okay. So the little teenage edgelord in me loves that this guy's back in Hero Clix because I know nothing of this guy other than he's just a crazy monster-looking dude in a Spider-Man outfit. As for his Hero Clix counterparts, his unprimed version comes with the Maximum Carnage keyword. Or not keyword. Well, he does. And the trait as well. At the beginning of your turn, if you have Doppelganger within 4 squares of a friendly character named Shriek, you remove an action token from him. So if you get both, you're having a lot of fun. He comes with free Smoke Cloud. Man, there's a lot of free Smoke Cloud. It's coming to me. There's a lot of free Smoke Cloud in this set. But only to generate 1 marker. If an opposing character moves through that marker, after resolutions, deal that character 1 penetrating damage. If I place this token under you and then you start your turn and move out of it, does that still technically mean you went through it?
Yes.
So then no matter what, if I place this on a dude, if that dude moves, he's getting damaged.
Yes.
See, that's pretty cool. That's a trait. That's free. All dial. He has a special movement up top dial, Charge Flurry. So he's charging 5. He's got 11 blades, 18 combat reflexes, and that so important Battle Fury. He's a 60-point in-dom close attacker that deals free damage too. I like him. I like him a lot.
He's pretty good. I think the big thing is he's not a symbiote.
Yeah, don't rely on a shape change with that. He only has 18 combat reflexes. He's a very solid 3.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Prime?
I'm trying to find the move through ruling again.
Oh, just to be sure if that means what it means?
Yeah, so why don't you take the Prime? I know you have a stronger feeling about him than I do.
Oh, I am in love with this guy. Not just because the edgelord teenage in me loves him. I think he's great. And I'm very sure I saw him on a top 8 team in some kind of states. Anyway, the Prime version is only 5 points more, just 5. He still has like a 9 charge flurry. It's a little special because when your doppelganger uses flurry, if he hits both attacks after resolutions, he can immediately use charge at no cost, but only to target characters he has not attacked this turn. It's kind of got that vulture feeling. But yeah, just have to hit with both attacks. Well, guess what? You have 12 attack precision strike. So you're ignoring, well, I don't want to say ignoring, you're really reducing super senses to do that. He also comes with the maximum carnage trait. So after you hit with those, people around the guy you get hit are getting hit. And then he's going to go charge, which means he gets the flurry again. And then the maximum carnage trait gets to kick in again. Oh, this is where it's really fun.
Once
This
per
one's a
turn.
symbiote. He's plasticity and shape change, and he's got that fun one where he KOs an opposing character. He heals one click. Well, dude, when you're dealing potentially 12, then the maximum carnage trait, you could probably be killing people. Yeah. Oh, he has a special defense too. Combat reflexes, 18 top dial. Super senses to go with that plasticity, and toughness. The funniest thing about this is you get to his damage and they give him empower. This is one of those ones where it's like, we should probably put a power here, but he's already so good. We'll give him empower.
Okay,
So
two
yes,
things.
I love this guy. He's insane.
Maximum Carnage only triggers once per turn.
Okay, fine. So he gets 12 damage plus 2 at most.
And if someone's killed by Maximum Carnage, I don't think it counts as being killed by Doppelganger.
When Doppelganger KOs an opposing character. When you KO an opposing character. Oh, and Doppelganger. So are you saying it's because it's not an attack? It's not technically Doppelganger?
Yeah, I'd have to look into that. I'm not sure about that.
Okay, but even then, he's potentially doing 6 damage, probably killing someone. If he's not doing it with 6 damage, he could probably be doing it with 6 damage somewhere else.
It's true. Like there's a lot of chances for him to activate it for sure.
Yeah,
I think
honestly,
but here's the thing. If he's doing 6 damage, then he's top dial, so he doesn't need to heal.
and that's great because his top dial's great. 12 attack, precision strike, 18 defense, reflexes, super senses,
Oh, he's
and
good.
shape change.
So I looked at the move through thing, and in the rule book it says squares that a character moves through includes all squares it occupied during that move, including the square it began movement in and the square it ends in.
Oh, so then it would, if someone started in the non-primes web to start their movement, they would get hurt.
Yeah, so they either got to choose to have -1 attack for that attack, or they don't move, and they move and take a damage.
That's cool. I'm in love with this prime. For 5 points more, it's like you're getting 25 points more value.
True.
So I'm saying 5 out of 5. You
Oh,
pulled this
there is
super.
no way that this is a 5 out of 5 and Absolute Carnage is a 4.
Oh my God. That's good. He's a 5. This guy's great.
Maximum Carnage crushes this guy.
Oh, that'd be a
Absolute
fun
Carnage,
fight.
sorry.
That'd be a fun fight.
He's good, but he's a 4.
Okay, I'll let you have it.
No, you can keep it as a 5. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just really happy because I have him, right? Oh, so excited.
That was, yeah. Good luck that we pulled them.
Oh, dude, I don't think I actually pulled him to play. I think I just drafted him afterwards.
Yeah, I used him.
Yeah, and that was not fun.
What I found is if you outwit his defense, you kill him in 1 turn.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside of that. Hey, like the outwit gets rid of the 3 good defensive powers. Like, thank God he has shape change, but it's not going to save you.
No, he's good. He's just a really solid close attacker for a very low point cost, and he should be a unique and not a prime.
Oh yeah, again, the maximum carnage keyword going to all those primes. Oh, just make them all unique, and it wouldn't even break the game. Still, you just have a bunch of really good unique guys.
Okay, Spider-Man. So this is the Spider-Man everyone was dying for because he's 60 points and he is just really cool and really fun to play. So
Right,
the big
it's
thing,
your turn. Go ahead.
yeah,
Talk
the
him
big
up.
thing about Spider-Man is he comes with a garbage can where he stores his suit in after he gives up being Spider-Man and becomes Peter Parker. So you really want to pull a Peter Parker when you're playing this Spider-Man. So when he dies, he becomes Peter Parker. Great. It gives you a lot of value for very low cost. He's 60 points. He has 2 clicks of hypersonic speed, 2 clicks of charge, and then 2 clicks of sidestep. But the big thing is his hypersonic speed has a special attack power on it. For when he makes a close attack, he targets everyone adjacent to him. And that's not splitting damage. He's doing his printed or whatever damage he has to every character adjacent to him when he makes that attack.
Yeah, that's definitely why the opponents get like a J. Jonah token when you
Yeah.
play
So
this guy.
the J. Jonah token's actually fairly useless for a lot of people because he has perplex, but only to target J. Jonah Jameson or a Spider-Man family opposing character.
Yeah, it's if it was a regular perplex, it would hurt a lot more. But they
Yeah.
didn't let him do that, so this Spider-Man is just that much better.
But ironically, it's also what makes this Spider-Man so much worse and constructed because now J. Jonah Jameson can be placed anywhere and just steal people's items.
Oh, do they get to go anywhere?
Yep.
But an opponent generates a anywhere on the map. It says anywhere on the map. Oh my God, you could put this guy right beside the objects, walk away with a sidestep, and still have it. Oh my God.
So that being said, Spider-Man's great in sealed because you're not playing objects on the field, probably.
No, just standard ones. So
The
I
thing
got
about
to
him,
run this
though,
guy. I got to run this guy, didn't I?
yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I hypersonicked in, bopped quite a few people for 3, and then someone had plasticity and I couldn't run away.
But if you pull a Peter Parker, this guy has like, is it 9 or is it 10 clicks?
10.
10 clicks for 70 points, giving your opponent 70 points.
Yeah. Do you think it's a downside that when that Peter Parker comes out, it's all the way back in your starting area?
I don't think it matters too much because if they don't kill the Peter Parker, they're not getting the points.
Yeah, that's the big thing. And here's the thing with that Peter Parker. Remember, he's a probber. You don't have to get into the nuts and butts of the fight
Are you
with the
sure that he
probber.
has to go back to the starting area?
Yeah, because you generate the garbage can in your starting area.
Yeah, you do. But when the garbage can is destroyed, you no, when Spider-Man is KO'd, you replace Spider-Man with Peter Parker. So Peter Parker's not going into your starting area.
Oh, well, shit. Well, then I did that wrong. I thought you replaced the garbage can.
No, you
Huh.
replace Spider-Man.
Eh. Oh, yeah. I had my little Peter Parker all the way back when it kind of just. That being said, I don't know if I would because I was right in the middle of you. Still, you pull this Spider Man, you're going to have fun. 4 out of 5.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah. Superior Spider Man. Sadly, I never got to see this guy in play. I don't think I've even seen one yet.
I do have one. I pulled one from a loose booster.
Oh, fun. Great work, by the way. So he's an 85-point main attacker. Special movement with 9, charge, flurry, plasticity. Oh, sick. Before I go on, let's read the Waldo arms. They're great.
They're weird
So,
though.
yeah, well, I'll read it and then I'll say what I'm going to say. Giant Reach 2, great. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6. This character has the listed effect until your next turn. 1 and 2, you modify attack and defense +1. That's great. 3 or 4, you get incap as free, and I'm pretty sure this guy has 2 targets. Nope, just 1. Okay. And then if you roll a 5 or a 6, free. Make a close attack. So the inconsistency sucks. You don't know what you're getting, but every time I think you could find a use for whatever the hell you roll.
Yeah, it's just general bonus. It's never there's no downside, right?
Exactly, and that's the best thing about it. It's just a plus side. The only downside is you don't know what you get, but who cares? Because you're gonna be able to make use of what you roll.
It's hard. It's a hard thing to like kind of like how many points does that add to him? Is it worth anything really? Like it's
Yes,
benefit, but
absolutely. The fact that you get something bonus would mean that it adds probably 5 points.
it's yeah, but it's so hard to like actually figure out the point cost of Waldo arms or like what it's actually valued at, right?
It is because there is obviously certain roles you would want more than others,
Yeah.
especially considering where you're at. But I'll
And
put it
some
this way:
turns you
this guy
just want to
starts
roll a
with a
one.
charge, flurry, giant reach 2, 11 precision strike, 18 super senses, and perplex with 3.
Yeah, I think this guy's good without the Waldo arms, and with the Waldo arms, he's clearly better. It makes you better in some amount.
I love him. I wish I'd pulled him. I think I could have had a lot of fun with this guy. He ignores
Oh yeah,
elevated hindering. He's
he does
just
it.
gets in your face. He even has steel energy later. The plasticity is probably the cherry on top of that charge flurry because he's facing a bunch of symbiotes in this set. So now you're really not too scared of their plasticity. It's fun.
I had a great turn where I was on click 5, got a free attack off, heal him to flurry, and then flurried.
Oh, with blades?
Yeah,
Oh, see, this guy's so good. I love him. He's so fun.
he's
4 out of
great.
5.
Agreed.
Yeah. I
Venom
think this
Captain
is where we're
Marvel.
gonna divulge here a bit here. Hey, we're gonna
Well,
we're
no,
gonna go different paths.
I think Venom Captain Marvel is really good because she's everything that Norman Osborn as Iron Patriot wasn't. She can't get tied up too badly because she has plasticity herself. She's a hypersonic speed character with a 4 damage, but she has it for 2 clicks, unlike him. And she has probability control on those clicks, which is way better than a perplexed that kind of helps an area. Like, everything about her is good. She has those 2 clicks. When you knock her off, she becomes a very good charge character with giant reach. No, she doesn't have giant reach. She just has Quake, and she does penetrating damage when she uses the Quake.
Oh,
Like,
so good.
she's a really solid kind of 110-point character, but she comes with all the flaws of those characters in that they're not. She's not hard to kind of target down and take down in a turn or two. A single out wit to her defense in the first click really puts her off.
She still has shape change and prob. That's what
She's good, and she moves through blocking terrain too.
exactly. She's
I,
so good. I'm gonna hype her up as best I can here. You have a hypersonic to go with plasticity. Now it's a hypersonic that's meant to work how hypersonic was meant to work. You're not getting tied down. You have shape change trade. We're just gonna leave that there. She has call and hope from the Venomverse. That's probably the least important thing right now. She has traded steel energy. So no matter where she is, she could heal back up with close attack. She goes hypersonic charge sidestep, which means she can be up close most of the time. And here's the thing about that later dial special attack: you don't have to use the Quake to deal penetrating damage. It just Venom Captain Marvel deals penetrating damage. It's a dash dash Quake dash dash. You deal penetrating damage. She's always a threat. She always has a way to go back up. And she's a symbiote. She gets the plasticity shape change. She moves through blocking. You could literally hide behind a wall to protect yourself first turn, or you could blow through their wall. And
I think
110 points. 110. It's not even breaking the bank.
I think 110 is so much in this set.
Oh, I think 110 is just. I think she's actually undercosted slightly for what she does entire dial. 7 clicks, by the way.
You think that's undercosted for 110 points?
Not by a lot. She
The Captain
don't
Marvel from the
Iron
last
Patriots
set was 90
125 points and
points.
worse. You
She's
could have made
20 more
her
points.
125 points, and I'd still be like, that's not bad.
The Captain Marvel from Avengers, Black Panther, 20 points less.
Different set. We're talking sealed here.
I know, I'm just saying that in terms of talking about like overcosted versus undercosted, she is like 100 points overcosted compared to.
Well, if we're gonna do that line of thinking, every time you say someone's a 5 out of 5, I'm gonna be like, Batman's 40 points.
Yeah, but Batman versus Spot, I think Spot could do some damage.
To her?
No, to Batman.
Okay, whatever. This person's amazing.
She's
I
good.
if I pulled I'm putting 5 out of 5 for Captain Marvel. I don't care. If I pulled her, don't roll your eyes. You're gonna give yourself a concussion. No, if you pull this, it's a perfect 110 points. You don't have to build around this to be great.
I give her a 4. I think there's better figures.
Mm. Well, of
Let's talk
course
about
there's.
Venom Doctor Strange.
I rate mine by how apt are you about to pull them. I think that's how we describe these ratings.
I
Five
think there's
times
a
out of five, I pull Captain Marvel, Venom Captain Marvel. I'm playing her.
I think that there's better combinations of 110-point characters in the rares and uncommons and commons than her.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Our listeners can chime in on if they would 5 times out of 5. Would you play or pass? What would you do with this Venom Captain Marvel?
All I'm gonna say is that Mary Jane's better, and she's however 95 points less.
She could kill Mary Jane in one strike.
We talked
Nothing's
that
tying this
Mary Jane's
person
gonna
down.
become. She couldn't
Nothing's
even.
tying this person down. Hypersonic plasticity.
So what you gonna do? She's gonna hit Mary Jane. Mary Jane will become She Venom, and then she'll never hit the She Venom.
No, don't care. I don't. You don't have Mary Jane anymore.
No, we haven't scored any points.
Oh, then I go on somewhere else, and then I don't worry. You have a Mary Jane.
Okay, let's talk about Venom Doctor Strange.
Okay.
So he comes in at either 90 points or 45 points, and we've both played him quite significantly.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think he's great.
No. I lost him pretty fast in a lot of my matches.
He's depending on an 18 super senses shape change, which isn't bad at all. And he does have leadership and probability control. But his lack of willpower and a 6-click dial for 90 points makes him weirdly vulnerable.
I don't know how to describe this. He has defenders, and so much of this set has the Spider-Man, team ability. A lot of the people who have that already have quite high defenses.
I think this just makes us play him at 45. I think we both played him wrong. You play him at 45, you get Prob, you get TK,
Yeah.
you still have defenders so people can start sharing 18s with him.
Yep, exactly. We played him wrong. We made him a primary attacker at 90 points with no indom, and I don't know, he's just nowhere near as potent. Yeah. If you pull this guy, don't do our mistakes. Go half dial, fill in the rest with 250 points of awesomeness.
Yeah, I gotta say, 3 stars for me.
Yeah. Hell, actually, if you said 90 points, I'd be like 2.
Tell me about Venom Groot.
I have yet to see this guy too, but I've already heard all the hype from him. He's got a freaking thesis of text. First of all, he's 35 points and he's 4 clicks long. He's tiny. So movement elevated hindering. He's going through that. He's a symbiote, the plasticity shape change. He calls in help from the Venom Burst. And this trait about regrowing, when he's KO'd, instead of putting him in your KO, turn to click number 1 and put him on his card. This game, when another friendly character uses call and help from the Venomverse, you could pull this guy out. I don't know if that's ever going to happen in Sealed. If it does, well, congratulations. His real thing comes with a special damage. When an opposing character is placed within 4 squares of Venom Groot, don't have to see him, choose one. Modify that character's attack -2 this turn, not bad. Or after resolutions, deal that character 1 penetrating damage. If that character occupies printed hindering, choose both. Someone's placed within 4 of him, so carry it in or whatnot, they just take a damage. In Sealed, I don't know, why wouldn't you run this guy for only 35 points? Yes. Someone carries someone in, like a Spider Carnage, or he can't carry Spider Carnage, he's Battle Fury. Carry in or someone, and they're going to get hurt.
It also hurts Null pretty badly. Can't teleport without taking 1.
Is it penetrating? It is penetrating. Yeah, I never thought of that. It getting Null's way, and that's got to say something.
I think the underrated aspect of this guy is that his dial is crazy for 35 points.
Oh, he's a tiny dude with 18 toughness, so that's 19 from afar with and plasticity shape change.
And poison.
Yeah. This guy's really good. Again, I'm going back to that thing of if I pulled this guy 5 times, am I ever passing him?
No, I don't think so. But I don't think he's a 5 out of 5. I think there's figures that do better than him. But
exactly,
he's a 4 to 5 because he fits on every team, and you can do that great thing where you have a ranged attacker, you carry him in, you put them adjacent, and now they're tied up, so they can't attack your ranged attacker now.
Yeah, and you're just behind him, so you could shoot over him as well.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Play him. Takes a little finesse with him, but you could do worse at 35 points.
True. So now we have Venom Ghost Spider. And this is another one we kind of disagree on.
Yeah. So I'm not as strong as this argument as my Captain Marvel, though.
I've pulled 2 Venom Ghost Spiders, and I've played her twice. And what I've found with Venom Ghost Spider is that her dial actually does a lot more work than you think it's going to.
Really? There, you got to tell me. Okay, how does this go?
She has 7 clicks for 70 points, which is great. She has,
Yes,
of course, the symbiote trait, so shape change across that whole dial. She
great.
has pretty good defense power, super senses, or combat reflexes. She
They are
has
low.
traded Giant Reach 3, which is nice. And then the weirdest thing is that she has powers that she gets depending on how many action tokens she has. So when she has none, she has Battle Fury, which just destroys the symbiotes in the set.
Yeah.
When she has one action token, she has Flurry. So now she's doing Charge, Flurry, Blades. And when she has two, she has Stealth. The only
Yes.
problem here is that the turn you clear, she has nothing.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna like use as my counterpoint. So beginning of the game, she has no action tokens. She has Battle Fury, meaning she can't be carried.
No, you're
So now
moving
that
her
what's
11
that?
spaces, though.
Oh yes, that's great. 11, but still, I'm not still like you move her. Now she has one token. She loses the Battle Fury, and she has Flurry, which great. That's where it's fun. You're gonna be charging 6 for with a 11 attack blades flurry. That's where the fun is. So the battle fury in. After that attack, you're now stealth. So hopefully you decided to go put yourself in a bush because now you're sitting there with 17 super senses, shape change. 17 is low. I don't know. You played them. You probably have better judgment on it. Just when I read it and I see the defense values, it doesn't scream amazing to me.
I think it's just for 70 points with 7 clicks in this set, she ranks as like one of the highest, like longest dials.
Oh, I could agree. I would like to see this. Like, if I'm fighting it, oh, that's frustrating. That could be frustrating.
Like I just think for her point value and her ability to hit 9 squares out, it's it just gives you a lot of options.
I think, I think the giant reach. I forgot about the giant reach. So she's charging 6 and still reaching 9. So that's actually pretty sick. Sick. It's the frickin' battle fury. It might be on the wrong amount of tokens for me. I
I
would
think it
like it somewhere
works
else.
out. There's not a ton of taxis in this set,
You
and
can't carry her anyway at battle fury.
no, I know. So there's not a ton, so it's not the biggest deal.
You know what? You know what? You pull Venom, Doctor Strange, and TK this mofo out.
Yeah, I think for 70 points in a set where you're already having so many actions because half your force is autonomous, being able to move her up and just be like, okay, next turn either you can try to like chew through 8 or 7 clicks, or I'm gonna hit you with 2 flurries and then you won't be able to target her,
Two flurries. What?
or 2 attacks.
Sorry.
Not 2
Okay.
flurries.
Okay. I was about to be two flurries.
She's just like this weirdly surprisingly strong threat for a pretty decent point value.
Yeah. If you want to put it a 4, you go ahead. I'm not going to
I don't know,
argue
3
that.
or 4 for her.
Well, strong 3 for sure. Like,
Yeah.
because all your points matter. I just don't know if it's a 4. But at that point, we're just splitting hairs.
Now we can talk about Red Goblin.
Do we want to give any stars?
Well, no, he's not a 1. He does charge 6 spaces with
You
exploit
leave him
weak.
alone. He's just trying his best. I don't know. You do you want to rant or
I'm not,
shall we
okay.
take this together? Are we going to tag team the rant on this?
I'll rant a little bit first.
Okay.
So Red Goblin's cool because he comes with either Carnage Symbiote or Pumpkin Bombs, but of course the figure actually comes with neither, so you can't use those.
Rage.
And if you're playing Absolute Carnage, you're not playing Red Goblin, you're playing Absolute Carnage.
Oh,
That sucks. It's just straight up sucks. The thing that bothers me more than anything, though, is that as a secret identity, he's the worst secret identity in the entire set. He's a super rare, and he comes in with 4 movement charge, 10 attack, super strength, and 2 damage. Why 2
17
damage?
toughness. We.
Why? He's
I don't
so
know.
bad. Why does he have no power there? He has a special damage power down his whole dial, except for the last click. And on his secret identity, it doesn't show up at all. I don't
What is that?
understand that.
What is it? What is it though? What is the special damage?
Exploit weakness. When he KOs a character, every opposing character that shares a keyword with that character modifies their combat values by -1.
Yeah, that'd be really fun to have on his call-in or his little secret identity.
But it just doesn't make any sense either. Like you go back to Ghost Spider, her secret identity has the exact same dial, just in like bite-sized chunks. Or 3 clicks. She even has her special movement power, which is the best thing. Her first click on her secret identity is the same first click from her actual dial.
Yeah. And this guy is a totally someone else when he's called in.
Yeah, I don't get it. And yes, you can come in with the objects, but giving him shape change doesn't really help. Giving him energy explosion on a charge figure doesn't help. He's just bad. Don't even do that. And then, like, as a figure on your main force, he's a charger down his entire dial. It's either 50 points for 4 clicks or 110 points. So the same amount as Venom Captain Marvel for a charge exploit character.
Well, and then who doesn't get his objects? You're not giving him those objects. So no, he does not have shape change. No, he doesn't have energy explosion.
Why would you ever want the pumpkin bombs on him? It's so dumb.
If you're wondering why our sound got weird, it's because Stuart's talking through his hands because he's face palming, double fisting here.
Like he has a trait that gives him steal energy and lowers the super senses for opposing characters with a Spider-Man family keyword, which I guess is fine in sealed, but I don't know. He's so bad.
I'm gonna sum it up where it's like 110 points, you're not using or getting those objects most of the time. Now he's just a charger exploit that can be outwitted and bonked aside for 110 points.
He's bad.
He is very bad. At 50, maybe just because he's 50. You know what I mean? Like at 50, you have a 50-point flying charger.
No.
And that's where you could kind of maybe have fun with it. Well, first of all, Stuart, when people pull super rares, they want to play the super rare.
I want them to be able to.
Ugh.
But just look at the other 50-point figures in this set. Like he's worse than them. He has a 10 attack.
No, he's hot garbage. I'm sorry if you pull this guy.
Don't play him. Like 10 attack down his dial at 50 points for 4 clicks.
Yeah, we've saw people at 50 points with 6 clicks, and they're crazy.
Yeah, he sucks. I hate him.
So 1?
No, he's a 2. He's not. The thing is, if you play him at 110 points, he can charge 6 spaces out and deal 4 penetrating damage. And if he kills someone with it, then you can completely like weaken a team. But he's not good.
I'll take the Venom Captain Marvel over this guy.
I would take like I was gonna say Iron Spider, but that's
no. Shut up, Stuart. We're moving on. Spirit Spider. Don't get
at
dumb
least
on
Iron
this.
Spider has outwit.
Dumb. We're all dumb because I'm not carrying this. I pulled this guy, but and like not a seal, just bought kind of thing, and I don't know what I feel about him. So okay, how do we go? How do I do this? He's a 90-point dude, so he's a main attacker. He's a running shotter. 9 running shot, 11 special attack, which is Pen Blast, and in-cap is free. When Spider uses it, I'm guessing the in-cap, after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to each hit character that had attacked a friendly character since your last turn. Okay, so the in-cap's free. The bonus 1 penetrating damage is if some of your friendly characters got attacked. I do like they don't have to get hit. It just says attack. That's fun. He doesn't fly. He has 18 invuln indomitable, so that's great. He's moving over elevated and hindering targeting, improved targeting. You can make ranged attacks while adjacent. You might actually use that. You might just go running shot right into someone's face because his later dial is all up close. What's that last one though? Well, no, not last one. When another friendly character with the Spider-Man family keyword is KO'd by an opponent's attack, choose a standard power on that character's card and note it. This game, Spirit Spider could use that noted power or powers. That's kind of fun. Super Senses traded. When Spirit Spider uses and it succeeds after resolutions, deal the attacking character 1 penetrating damage. Huh. I don't know if I like him.
He's expensive.
I don't. Traded super senses. Invuln top dial, you are going to running shot right into someone's face, because why not? Because if you get hit, then you're still potent. You know what? He's just run of the mill to me.
I actually I like his design because he's 6 clicks for 90 points, which is absurd in some manner.
Yeah.
But he's actually really hard to deal with because he can all be giving free in cap every single turn to targets, right?
Yes.
And he can deal damage with that in cap, and he has penetrating psychic blast, and traded super senses that deals penetrating damage. So if they hit him, they're taking a penetrating damage. If they miss him, they're taking a penetrating damage, and then potentially taking an extra one. He's just so squishy.
Okay. You know what? I'm reading that now. He's friendly to himself.
Yeah.
So let me read this just a second here. Stuart, pause.
It's exactly what you think is going to happen.
Stuart,
If they
pause.
miss him,
Stuart, pause. What's up, Val? No, I'm recording. Okay, time in.
okay. It's exactly what
Okay,
you think is
so
going to happen. If you,
well, here's the thing. When he succeeds with super senses after resolutions, that character gets dealt 1 damage.
when
So
penetrating
then
damage,
he uses in cap on that person, hits it, it's another penetrating damage.
yes.
And then if he's on clicks 2 or 3, he has the option to using Pensai up close because of his targeting or exploit weakness.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He's also just going to get killed in 1 turn in some games, though.
Oh, I know. Why? That's actually where I'm like, why are the clicks 2 and 3 not the top dial now?
Because I want running shot top dial. You can blame me for that.
No, you could blame you. You know, I'll still stick with the 3 out of 5.
I don't see how we could disagree with that.
No.
I think it's a 3. Yeah.
Comes with Mystics, that's fun.
I guess I get Spider-Man 2099. Hey.
Oh yeah. Do we want to hand out stars?
Let's talk about him first. So Spider-Man 2099 can start with the Dimensional Watch, which isn't phasing. That's great. He
Okay.
has a special movement power. Knockback. After he's given a move action, moves 5 squares or less, he may use Flurry at no cost. So he's moving 5 squares, flurrying. Now he doesn't have phasing unless he has the watch, right?
Yeah.
So if you move up, you flurry, and you're still adjacent to someone, he can't use flurry. He doesn't have flurry. He has flurry after he moves.
Okay. So after when move, so he moves 5 and then he has flurry.
But what happens if you're tied up? What there's half the set has plasticity.
Oh, so you're saying if you don't have the watch, which probably you won't. Yeah, because then he's stuck there. Maybe use the outwit on his dial to on that plasticity.
I guess, but then you're still left with a 50-50 breakaway.
Yeah, exactly. Holy jeez.
Like, to beat this guy, you put your character adjacent to him, and then he can't flurry.
You know, and this guy hates poison. There's a bit of poison in this set, and he's 100 points that can't deal with poison.
Yeah, he has a 19 defense top dial. But you're not paying 100 points for a guy who can't flurry, and that's his big trick.
Yeah, he's not that great, really.
You can play him at 50, and you get 4 clicks of charge, poison, perplex, and that's okay.
I'd probably just do that. I'd just cut him in half and have a perplex out of it.
Yeah, but even then, he's not a good 50 points then.
No. He's nothing more special than Carrion at that point.
So I just find him very underwhelming.
If I pulled this guy, I would say just gonna think about the 50 points. And then I look at the rest of the set or whatever I pull. And I could still see me finding, a 40 point, 35 point person serving more use than this 50 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would literally just think, do I need another perplex for 50?
He does tax you too, so like it's fine. It's just
Yeah,
it's a 2 at best and a 1 maybe.
yeah. I'll just two. I'll
I'm
do it.
really mad about him though. I really hate that his special movement power is designed for the watch and he doesn't come with it.
Yeah, but the only time you get to use that if he's 100 points, and I'm not playing him at 100.
No, I mean, but if he came with phasing, you would play him at 100 every single time.
You're right, but he doesn't.
That's why I'm mad. Imagine pulling the super rare and then reading it and it's like, oh sorry, he sucks because he didn't pull a rare with him.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
What a
The funnest
waste.
part about this guy is not going to happen because you did not pull well enough. Ugh,
Yeah,
that would be frustrating. Two. That's as
yeah.
high as I'm going.
Okay, now we're into the chases. So what? All of the chases are probably worth playing. Actually, maybe not so much in this set. I think there's a lot of them that are worth playing, but there's some super rares in this set that are better than the chases.
Well, yeah, yeah. I first of all, I'm going to say this is a great chase set for
It's fun.
collection. I love it. They did that Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man set thing where these were not real characters in the comics. They're just inspired. So that's always just fun to have or see. I love how they all have some kind of trait that changes certain keywords into Spider-Man. So you know these guys will be able to be used in meta potentially, but for a long time now. They just because they could do keyword manipulation. So that's where I'm going to start with that. I love the idea of this whole chase set. It makes you want to go get a bunch of them, but not actually need to because there's no comic connection to them. I don't know. It's a very good balance in my head.
I will say the Iron Man set's a little different because there were pictures of them as like alternate covers or something like that,
You're right. They were. The
and these ones are
downside, I
actually
think, is
created by WizKids.
yes. The downside of those ones, like they didn't play well with keywords like these guys do.
Oh yeah, these ones are funner for sure.
Oh yeah.
More
How do you
fun.
want to do this? How do you want to go? Do you want to just like,
Let's just
if
go
you
over
like
and see it. We'll just rate them, like, cause let's just talk about Gwen of Arc. While she's fun, she's not one of the better 60-point figures in this set.
no, 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 no. Mm,
Like, yes, you pull a chase, you want to play it, but let's say we're playing like really competitive sealed here. There's a good chance you're not playing Gwen of Arc.
no, she could get taken out so easily, and this kind of really bums me out because she's like a knight, and I love my medieval stuff, and she
Are
would
you
not
looking for a
fare
Gwen
well.
of Arc?
What's that?
Are you looking for a Gwen of Arc?
Yeah, I'll take it if you're willing to trade lightly for it.
We'll see. If you have a Spider Viking, I would trade for it.
I would too, actually. I'd be okay giving up a Spider Viking. Maybe I'll go look for a Spider Viking.
Okay, so Gwen of Arc gives armor keyword Spider-Man family. So somehow if you pull her and Norman, then that's good, I guess. But she has 5 clicks for 60 points, and she's like charge, flurry, blades. Just not at the same time though. Charge and blades, flurry and blades, and that's it. Like she has a great leadership. This is the one thing that saves her. When she succeeds at leadership and friendly character hits with an attack, they remove an action token from themselves. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's sick. That's amazing.
But it's not worth 60 points on a kind of standard close attacker.
No. If I wanted to make this person better, I'd probably start with adding at least another click. I would probably make her super senses traded and have her whole defenses be high damage reducers. She's armor.
Give
I don't
her
know.
like a stop click and maybe get her to like take away other characters' action totals or something like that.
Well, we'll get there. I'll do say that the weirdest part about this Spider-Man is the improved movement. It's not the hindering elevated, it's characters elevated. So
Ooh.
yay, I get to ignore characters for movement. That's really good.
I wonder
But
if
a
that's
bush will
right.
stop me. What's that?
I wonder if that's right.
Oh, am I wrong? You have
I don't
her.
know. I
I'm
don't
looking
have
at
her
the
with me right
spells. It
now
says
though.
characters.
It does say here, so I'm just wondering if that's right because you're that does seem strange, right?
It does. I love a
Hey,
character who ignores characters for movement. Don't get me wrong. It's just weird. when it's characters and elevated, but a bush will stop you.
I'm gonna take a quick look, and while I do that, why don't you tell me about whoever's next?
Whoever's next, Leonardo da Venom. I like this one. 90 points or 60. It's very unique. His whole thing is he turns scientists into the Spider-Man. So there's actually a few scientists on here. Has the Call of Venomverse. The Venomian Man. Did I pronounce that right? Venovian Man? Sure. Traded plasticity, flurry, shape change because he's a Venom. That's awesome. When Leonardo da Venom makes an attack roll of doubles and hits, choose one. The attack is a critical hit, or after resolutions, unequip all equipment from that character. That's pretty fun. There's actually a few characters with equipment, so it might actually work, but I think you're probably going to go for the critical hit more often than not. And the special damage, ho ho ho, smartest man of the age, outwit, perplex. When an opposing character uses outwit or perplex, their maximum range is 4. And that could actually play a big part because now those support characters have to get in a little closer, which makes them a little more easy to peck off. Fun thing about this person comes with a shield team ability. At least that's what Realms is saying.
It is. You're right. I looked it up, and Realms is right about Gwen of Arc too. No hindering.
Characters and elevated, hey?
Weird.
Very weird. Leonardo da Venom, I think, is more of a 60-point play because everything else about him kind of screams support and kind of like if you want to take advantage of that flurry, you want charge, not running shot.
Yeah.
So just fun. 60 points. You're making scientists into Spider-Man. You get an outwit, you get a perplex, you mess with their outwit and perplex. So you hang back, and when they get in close, then you have fun. Send this person in with a flurry and charge.
So I feel like he's a 3 at best, though. I don't think 4 clicks for 60 points is great, and I don't think that lowering their value on outwit or perplex is that useful. If it said and probability control, that would be a different matter.
Oh yeah, I'll say 3 out of 5. I have no problem with that. It's more of a support. I think that's my stamp on this. You play Leonardo Venom as straight support.
Yeah. I just don't think in this sealed he's going to be great at 60 points. Just like Gwen of Arc, like I think she might be a 2 out of 5. I don't even think we gave her a score.
Oh, she's awful, bud.
So
You could give her a 1. I don't care. That's special leadership.
She's not a 1.
I don't care.
Okay, Miles West is next, and he brings the police into it. So he has a police team ability, which is great, and he shares it with all his Spider-Man friends. He's 6 clicks for 60 points, which is far better than Leonardo da Venom. He has traded shape change from ranged attacks, and he also gives that to all of his adjacent friendly characters. And whenever he succeeds, the attacker gets a webbed gun token, and if they have a webbed gun token, they can't make range attacks until they take a power to remove that.
Damn, they have to take a power. So when is it just him who succeeds the shape change, or anyone who has it from him?
Anyone who has it from him. Not even from him. Any adjacent character that uses shape change and succeeds.
I think that's really fun. That's great. What a way to defend your ball from ranged attacks.
I think he's the best we've looked at so far. He's a decent ranged attacker. He gives a bonus for ranged attackers on your team. He makes it hard for people to shoot him, and he has pretty good values.
Yeah, he's 60 points for 6 clicks. Like we had 2 people at 60 points for less clicks.
Yeah. So I give him a solid 3.
Yeah, especially for that ball defense off the bat. That's really fun.
I
get to talk about the next one.
Hammer
Can I? So all you need to know about Spider Hammer is he's martial artist, and they're the best. So this guy's 5 out of 5. Well, let's get real. He's the only unique one, which seems a little weird. He turns martial artists into Spider-Man families. Here's my fun part about this guy. This guy's got traded blades. I love my swords. And at the beginning of the game, you're choosing an opposing character or team ability. So Spider Hammer can make a free close attack to target that person or someone with that team ability. So he's that character who can be carried in and attack afterwards. And is that a good thing? Well, it is, because he's rocking a 12 attack precision strike for 3 damage. Little warning on carrying him in. Maybe you should carry him in with someone that could walk away after, because if you don't, his special defense is nothing. But his special defense is combat reflexes. His Spider Hammerite is adjacent to exactly one opposing character, and neither is adjacent to any other characters. Other characters can't be moved or placed adjacent to either of them and can't target either of them. You get this guy one on one with anybody, it's a one on one close combat fight, and this guy's rocking a 18 combat reflexes, 12 attack. I think the fun little cherry on top is this guy is leadership top dial, so you're giving your whole team another action to kind of work around him. And here's the thing, even if you don't want to carry, you could actually just move his full 12 over elevated and hindering and then still do the free attack. So this guy's he's potent. He's so potent. He's hilariously good.
Yeah, I think you just choose Spider-Man team ability, right? Most of the time.
Yeah, in this set, exactly. In sealed, you choose that. I
If
obviously, if I pulled this guy, I'd instant play
he's a
him.
5.
He's a
There's
5?
he's a like his defense power is just so good and so hard to get around.
I think I think seeing that in practice of not being able to target this guy or who he's attacking is going to feel so debilitating. How do I fight a guy that I can't go there? I can't get him. I can't target him. It's insane. I can't move in to attack him to help the guy he's fighting. I can't perplex up my friend or perplex him down. It's a one-on-one fight. You're hoping that if
Hmm.
you're fighting this Spider-Man, he's rolling bad. That's what
The
you're
only
hoping.
I guess the only problem is that opposing character in this set probably has plasticity and is just going to break away, right?
That's the only hope they have otherwise.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this guy. He is just cornering off his prey, and there's all you have after that is the dice. The hope
He's
that
just really
Spider
good.
Hammer messes it up.
Big thing to know though is free attack won't activate his blades or his exploit weakness.
Oh, I don't care. Honestly,
Yeah,
like
I
that
know that's
that
not.
that
It
initial
doesn't make
alpha
him
strike
worse.
just perplexes damage up one, you're taking out a good chunk of this set.
Yeah, it's not a criticism of him. It's just to remind people when they're playing him.
Yeah, true, true. You want to talk about the next the thing that's gonna kill Clix for a bit?
Yeah. Okay. So Spider-Man 1776 is one of the worst designed characters in HeroClix. Let's talk about him. So he either comes in at 75 points or 50 points. Everyone else in the set, 60, has a 60-point dial. Except for Penny? No, she has a 60-point dial. She's 65. But everyone's around 60. He has 75 or 50. Why does he have 50? Who knows? He has a trait. Gives leadership, super senses, and lowers your opposing force's action total by 1. So that means if they have leadership, they have 3 actions per turn. If they don't, they have 2. It's crazy. Just super, super good. Now, normally you would think, okay, something like this, he's probably not a great dial, right? He's not doing much other than this like global effect. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? He has perplexed top dial at 50 points. He's a charge 11 attack blades. That's great, but only 4 clicks for 50 points. Don't worry, he also has a stop click with his 18 defense, toughness, combat reflexes. The traded super senses on top of that. He's just he's so poorly designed because his 50-point dial is so much better than Gwen's 60-point dial and Leonardo da Venom's 90 and 60-point dial, and I mean Miles West and Spider Hammerite too. But like, how is this 50 points and Gwen of Arc is 60? How are they in the same chase set? And this guy with just his trait would be better than Gwen of Arc, but also has a better dial on top of it. So he's a 5. Just play him if you pull him, but like, he's bad. He's a bad design character.
Two things you missed, not that they're huge. The first one is soldiers become Spider-Man family keyword. And
Not
that
big in the
trait
field.
that gives takes away your other players' action totals. If you put this 1776 within 6 squares of someone who can use leadership or autonomous, they can't now. So with one figure, you could really knock them down to 2 actions, even if they have a leadership.
So, out of interest, the only soldier that's going to help is the 2 Deathlocks.
Who cares?
The
He's
common
Spider-Man
Deathlocks.
family.
Oh, no. Jason Masondale, too. Oh, you don't like him.
No, he's Spider-Man family. He's already fitting in with the majority of the set.
Not Jason.
Ah, this
But
guy's
yeah,
he's a 5 out
Deathlock.
of 5. Obviously, you're playing him. It's just if I saw that across the table, I instantly know I'm having way less fun playing this game.
Yeah, it's not that in sealed he's even gonna break the game and like completely ruin it, but it's just less fun.
It is. That's the worst way to design a character is when it takes away your opponent's ability to even play the game. Don't make figures that take away people's ability to just play a game. Don't do that, WizKids.
Too late.
Yeah, too late. It's out.
Tell me about Spider Pharaoh.
Spider Pharaoh. I love Spider Pharaoh. You mentioned her, and then I read her, and then I'm like, oh, this is actually really fun. So she turns rulers into Spider-Man. She has the call and help from the Spider-Verse. She has a special movement 11, phasing teleport, passenger 3, which is really fun, especially if you pull a. You're not pulling a two chases. Let's be real here, but you're moving in, carrying 3 people. That's great to begin with. But special damage, empower, enhancement, leadership, probability control. You are just helping everyone beside and away from you for 60 points. One of the greatest little taxis ever, man. Carry 3. All of them will have empower if they're up close. All of them will have enhancement. I'm also increasing your action total by 1, and I'm probbing the attacks. Just fun.
And on top of that, she's a great attacker. 11 attack, 4 damage top dial.
Yeah, like I didn't even mention that, but you're right. And even if she gets hit, she turns into plasticity, pen blast, prob. Just I don't know. You're playing this. You're just gonna play it just to have fun.
I mean, it's a taxi with prob.
Oh, so good. Like I want to
Definitely
say
5.
5. Did you say
Yeah, I
5?
mean, she's carrying everyone in. Why wouldn't she be a 5?
Oh, I'm just because I have to measure these chases to that 1776. That's why.
No, 17. I don't think 1776 is that good in sealed though. Like he's a
Okay.
5 in sealed, but he's not gonna destroy the game like he is in constructed.
Oh. You want to talk about Spider Viking?
I'll give you Spider Viking so I can take over Penny.
Oh, that's right. You really do love Penny. I shouldn't take that away from you. So Spider Viking's kind of fun. He turns the Warriors and Pirates into Spider-Man family. Probably why he comes with the swim logo for the Pirates. So he has a trait of traded colossal stamina and steel energy. And when Spider Viking KOs an opposing character and equipment is dropped after resolutions, he may equip it. It's probably why they call that power plunder. That's really fun. Special defense, top dial, toughness. Spider Viking takes a maximum of 1 damage from ranged attacks. That's really fun considering you're charging in with this guy for 11 attack, 4 damage. A very straightforward character. Move in, attack, 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 and with colossal stamina and steel energy, you're not hurting by pushing this guy. You're probably helping. You're gonna stay at whatever click it is.
Yeah, you can't shoot him from range, and he's a beast up close.
Well, you can shoot him. It's just not worth your time because he only takes 1 damage.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a really fun figure. If you like Vikings too, even better.
Yeah.
Like what click would you want to get stuck on for that steel energy / colossal stamina? I will take any of them, thank you.
Yeah. How about one to 6?
Yeah, exactly. Um, uh, 4 out of 5. I wouldn't say 5.
I think he's a solid 3.
Okay, that works for me.
He's fun, but he's not like not better than like Scream or whatever name. Not Scream. Scream sucks.
Shriek.
Shriek, yeah.
That's a Spider Viking is a figure. If I look across the map, I'm still having fun this game. It'll be a fun little thing to fight.
You just hate him.
I hate 1776. It literally kills me inside a bit.
So Penny is like this tough close attacker. So she has 2 clicks of charge for 65 and then 4 clicks of plasticity. She has some pretty good reducers up front and some super senses in the back, 18 down the dial. But what you're really playing for her for is a special perplex that she gets both at her 65 and 45 point value. And well, the way the perplex works is that if she targets a character with Spider-Man family keyword and doesn't choose the damage to modify, instead of modifying it by 1, she modifies it by half a d6 roll. So that 11 attack can now be a 12 or a 14 or 13. But
That's incredible.
it's just fun. It's just so much fun. And I think for 45 points, getting potentially 3 perplexes out of something is more than enough.
I wouldn't mind playing her at any point value, really.
No, she's just strong.
I think the funnest part is that, yeah, if you use that perplex on just the right time, get a 3.
Like her top dial could be 6 movement charge, 14 attack, 5 damage because she's using a heavy object.
Yeah. What a strike, eh?
Love it. I'd love to get her. I'm trying to get her. And if anyone out there hears this and has a penny and would love an Ultron chase, just find me.
Yeah, I already have my Spider Hammer Eye because I'm freaky like that. So yes, call out to Stuart, get him a steampunk penny, and then you could run me your steampunk. I could run my Spider Hammer Eye, and we'll just have fun with it.
Exactly. And I'm not saying just give it to me. I'm saying
Yeah, yeah,
we'll make it
exactly.
worth your while.
He's a very good negotiator, World.
That
I
makes it
think
sound
that's
like I'm
it for this
stealing
set.
from people. I
I think that's
negotiate
it
in
for the
your
set.
favor.
Do you have any sums up for this?
I really love this set. I think it's the best set for sealed in a long time.
I can vouch for that. The only time I had bad times is when I decided to run a super rare Venom way too high.
I would say it's my favorite sealed set since Avengers Infinity.
Oh God, you did love Avengers Infinity.
I love using the giant figures, and I just remember doing so well with uncommons in that set. I didn't need to worry about rares and super rares, which I beat.
Yeah. I'll agree with this. It's a common, uncommon powerhouse set, which means every sealed event you're gonna stand a chance. And so if you're buying a bunch of this, maybe keep them close together. So if you have a friend, you could have a sealed environment to go with it because you'll still have fun.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's too bad that this is the set that was released during COVID because this is the set that could have had the most fun and the most intelligent plays for sealed.
Oh, and such impact to get new players in too. Spider-Man's a very popular property.
Yeah, almost as big as the X, and probably maybe bigger than the X Men, but it's gonna be the
Oh,
next
dude, I
X Men.
cannot wait to do the X-Men episodes.
We're gonna make sure that they're out before the set comes out this time.
Yes, okay. I could agree to that. Till next time, HeroClix World, thanks for listening. Have yourself a fun time. And don't get 1776. Vote with your
Yeah.
wallets. Later, later.